3 of the 15 accused in the COVID-19 corruption scandal involving the SAPS have been granted bail. They're implicated in the 1.9 million rand PPE corruption scandal. But some of the suspects apparently already face other charges. The court will tomorrow hear bail applications for the remaining 12 accused. Our senior reporter Aviwe Mtila is following the story for us. He joins us now live. So, any reason why the state did not oppose bail for the 3 suspects released today?
Well, Shahan, they believe that they pose no significant risk to the state, not flight risk, and they're not involved in any other cases at the moment. The accused that appeared today was accused number 2, Salamina Khoza, a 68-year-old pensioner who survives off the SASSA grant. Accused number 14 also appeared for the bail, Stefina Mahlangu, who is currently a pensioner, pensioning last year as a colonel at the South African Police Service. And accused number 15 was the third one on the stand as well, who is basically currently in the South African Police Service as a brigadier. So while the state didn't oppose these Schedule 5 offences, saying that they can get bail, the bone of contention was around the amount of the bail. Both accused number 2 and 14 wanted the bail to be set around 500 rand, given that you remember that accused number 2 is a pensioner of SASSA, saying that that's all she can afford. But interestingly, what came out is what we can expect at the trial, where we heard about how she is then used by some of these businessmen as a front to some of these companies. We do understand that she has at least 3 entities there, and one of them being the one that Siyabonga Ngoba that received this 1.9 million rand tender. She's the sole director and sole shareholder of that company, but we do understand she doesn't have power to transact on the account, something that the state says they'll take up with the person at Standard Bank that actually opened up these accounts, asking how this happened. In fact, they were all granted bail eventually at about 5,000 rand, each of them 5,000 rand bail. But I want you to take a listen, Shahan, to some of what the state prosecutor had to say just around this 68-year-old pensioner and the businesses and the entities she was allegedly used in the front.
Pensioner Salamina Khoza is supposed to be a director of a number of companies according to the commission, the records of the commission of the Companies and Intellectual Property Commission. She is supposed to be the sole registered director and sole shareholder of the following entities: Siangoba Trading and Projects Pty Ltd. That is the entity that a contract to supply PPE to the state, and the value of the contract as approved by applicants 14 and 15 is 1,980,000 rand. The records of the SAPS also indicated that she is confirmed by the records of the Companies and Intellectual Property Commission, indicated that she is sole director and sole shareholder of an entity known as SASSA. To date, SASSA is supposed to have received and been paid a total amount of 1,617,744.88 by the South African Police Services.
Very interesting. So what's the NPA saying about how strong a case it actually has against these suspects, especially those appearing tomorrow?
A watertight case is what we are told to expect, Shahan, given how these individuals, 15 of them, colluded not only in this particular tender but in a number of PPE tenders. And in fact, not the first time. Some of them, you remember that there are 12 remaining now that are going to be appearing for their bail application tomorrow at the Palm Ridge Specialized Commercial Crimes Court. These 12, we do understand, face Schedule 6 offences, and in fact, some of them are currently attending to other matters in court. They made this particular offence while they're attending to other matters in court. One of them being that infamous blue light case that's taking place, where we do understand over 191 million rand basically embezzled well, they were trying to put 1,500 blue lights. So some of what you can expect, and I hear even accused number one, I was told there that the allegations around accused number one is that he has around 30 companies where he fronts, puts people to front and does businesses specifically with the South African Police Service as well as the city of Tshwane. So state saying that they have a watertight case. And just to detail this current issue, I spoke to the NPA's investigating director, Cindy Siwe Saboka, just to give us an insight on that. Let's take a listen to that.
Essentially, it's a number of transactions, like a number of instances, like you've mentioned, but the main one is the acquisition of the over, I think, about 1 million latex gloves, PPE, in the period of April 2020 from SAPS. What we're basically saying is that there was a form of a collusion that took place between those still in SAPS, and as well as the former police officers, as well as the service provider, to basically, or supplier rather, to get to the contract. We also saw that there was misrepresentations made in terms of the triple BEE status of that particular company. We are alluding to, or telling court rather, that we believe that there was some form of a fronting taking place in order for this particular supplier to get it. Further on, we're also telling court that there was not a fulfillment of the requirements of the contract, the supplying. We also saw that initially not the full amount, not the full required gloves were supplied to SAPS. So basically we're saying that there's a group of people working in different aspects within SAPS as well as an outside supplier who colluded in order to get the contract, and then particular kickbacks were facilitated either for in a separate matter, particularly to get the legal services of some of the accused paid. So basically that's what we're saying, that it's a similar group that keeps working together in order to get contracts from SAPS.